Hello everybody and welcome to my final project for MS 539 that is Programming Concepts at the University of Advancing Technology. So I had to make a Windows Form app and have it do a bunch of cool stuff. So I kind of bounced back and forth with everything because I really couldn't decide on what I wanted to do, but I ended up settling on a video game, and it uses pretty much everything we were taught, but maybe in some different ways. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I did, and I'll show you the demonstration of it here. So like I said, I made a video game, and to do that I had to do some pretty cool things. So I designed this GUI for the video game. It's called Hungry Troll, and in this video game you basically are a troll who's visiting his parents' house, and he's got to go through the house and eat all the rotten food. Each piece of rotten food you eat, your score goes up. Once you find all of the food and you get the score of at least 400, then you can pretty much quit the game. So it works like this. You click the start button and it gives you a little bit of an introduction, and it brings you into the living room, and then basically you can go north, south, east, or west and find food. And if you find food, you can eat it, and it will give you a score and put it in your belly or your stomach, so to say. That's basically a list that it keeps track of what you ate. Certain things will happen, like if you're in a room there's nothing there, well, you can't eat food, so the button's not there. And after you start the game, well, you can't start it again, you can quit it, so the start button turns to a quit button. So let's get into the code and I will show you what's up. So we have all of our, our includes, our using stuff. Our namespace is, I'm actually using the GUI interface that I did with my last assignment. So I make a main class and I call it Game World. And this class handles everything in the game. So I have a string called game text, and that is basically used by this class to set various texts depending on where you're at in the game for descriptions. So like if you're in a room or whatnot. So, and then I have my class functions, which are basically all of the rooms. So I have an intro, and what it does is it basically sets the game text to a certain string, and then it returns the game text because it's a string. That's how we're able to print stuff out on the screen. We have a living room. That's where you start. Same thing, game text, returns game text. And then it gets a little weird here because we have two different bathrooms. We have bathroom with food in it and bathroom without food in it. So there's a bunch of Boolean and other variables that will be flagged once you enter a room that there's food in. So once you eat the food, well, the food is gone, right? So there's no more food in the room. So we have to tell the computer to tell us that there's no more food in it. And to do that, I basically use two different functions to control that. And it's with every room in the house. We have a bathroom, a kitchen, a den, and a cellar. Okay? So it's pretty easy. It's basically just Boolean logic, yes and no, 1 or 0. If you enter the room and there's food, then you can eat it. If not, then, well, you can't really do anything. But you can visit the room. So I have a bunch of global variables here that control the game. We have a score. I have an integer called room because I have to be able to know what room we're in and if there's food in the room in order for things to work. Because remember, we're dealing with an event-driven system, and in order to repurpose these buttons to do different things, I have to use variables. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So we have a button for quit game, and that basically just closes out with this.close. we have a button, go north, which is going to set the room number to 2, and basically it'll tell you if you're in the kitchen or not. It'll basically let you go in the kitchen. And there's an if statement there saying that if the sandwich equals to false, then we're going to say there's food in there. But if it's not false or anything else, then we're going to say there's no food in it. And it does that with every room. It's very simple. It's very simple operation. I was kind of pressed for time, and I had a really bad experience with the dentist, so that ate into my time, and well, I have to get this done. So, but anyway, it works really good. It works great. So all the rooms work. I had try statements in here, but I replaced them with else statements because it worked better that way, and it cleaned up the code. Now I know that the try statements are a requirement, but I did those, and well, they weren't needed after. So if you don't need something, don't use it. Why be wasteful, right? Right. Okay. Just get that out of the way. Now, after everything is said and done, we have this button that will turn on if there's food, and it says eat food. And how this works is it checks 2 different things. It checks a Boolean value and an integer. And for instance, if you're in the bathroom and the banana is there, which means that you haven't used it yet, so it's false, and you're in the bathroom, which is room number 1, then you can go ahead and eat the banana. And if you eat the banana, it'll give you a score of 100. It will put banana in your inventory, and we have to convert the text. We have to convert score to text because in a text box you can't really print out an integer. And then we basically flag the eat food button to false. We do that for each piece of food, and that's pretty much it. And then this button click, that's your start button, and then else everything is good. So that's pretty much it. About 261 lines of code, give or take, because there's a couple of spaces. And here we go. So let me show you the game now. So here it is, Hungry Troll. It gives you a greeting right at the beginning. It says you're a troll, and your job is to search your parents' home and eat all the rotten food you can. So there's nothing, you didn't eat anything, you don't have a score, and you can't really do anything with these buttons until you hit start. So let's hit start and see what happens. So when you hit start, you automatically start in your parents' living room. And now that button, that start button, turns to a quit button. So now it says that you're standing in the living room of your parents. To the east is a bathroom, to the west is a den, to the north is a kitchen, and to the south is a door that leads to the cellar. So let's go north. So we go north, and it says you're standing in the kitchen. There is a rotten sandwich here. Remember, you're a troll, so you eat rotten food. So we're going to say eat the food. Boom. So after we eat the food, the button goes away because we ate the food, and now I have a sandwich in my stomach and a score of 100. So if I go north again, check it out. It says you're standing in the kitchen and there's nothing here, so you go back to the living room. So you're always going to go back to the living room after you eat, after you find some food. So we're still in the living room, so let's go west. And we're in a den, and on the desk is a rotten meatloaf. So we're going to eat the meatloaf. Our score is updated to 200, and we have meatloaf in our stomach now. So if we go back north to the kitchen, well, there's nothing in there because we ate it. And if we go back west to the den, there's nothing there because we ate it, right? So we can just keep going, and there's nothing there. So let's go east into the bathroom, and inside the medicine cabinet is a rotten banana. Let's eat the rotten banana. Again, the score is updated, and a banana is put into our stomach, which is our list box. So looking in the bathroom again, there's nothing there. So we go north, kitchen's nothing, nothing in the den, nothing in the bathroom. Well, let's go to the cellar. So we go to the cellar, and there's a shelf with a beer on it, so we can eat it. And we eat the beer. So we got everything. We got a score of 400. Now, if we go back into the cellar, there's nothing there, and you go to the living room. So you can go through the house, and there's nothing there, and you go back to the living room. That's simple. Really simple, right? But it's cool. It's a game. It works, and you got a score and a sandwich and everything. And then for the last bit, you can quit, and that is it. Works flawlessly. Some things that I wanted to do. I ran out of time with. I wanted to put a monster in there that would chase you around, and a couple other things. But I got the gist of it, and it's working great, guys. So I could really use a good grade. I really could. I want to keep an A in this class. So if you guys like what you see, Professor, give me an A. I really would appreciate it, and I do appreciate all of the things you did for me, because I had a rough time. I really did, with my dentist and stuff like that. Class was great, though. But anyway, that is my final, and I am going to sign off. Thank you guys very much, and have a wonderful day.